Cool. I didn't know that was a thing. Cool. Okay, so we are recording. So then I can post this video to the library website so other people can watch it. Especially if like you see this presentation and you're like, this sounds so much fun. I want my friends to join. I want people to join. Then they can look at this video and get all the information too. So I is anybody else joining? Maybe I'll just. Can anybody see? I have the waiting room up, but can anybody see that, or do you guys just see the presentation, the Great DeKalbian Nailed It Bake Off thing?
Just the presentation.
Cool. Okay, good. Because then I will just keep this up and admit people as they come in. Okay. So let's see what time we are at. We're at. I'll give like 2-3 more minutes for people to join, but I am recording already. I'm super excited. I got a good response for this because this was a weird idea that I came up with about 2-3 months ago, and it came to be because I also work at NIU. I'm a PhD student at NIU's English department, and my friend was like, you know what? Let's have a nailed it competition. And I was like, a nailed it competition? She's like, yes, look, let's try to make these cakes that are professional. And none of us have professional cake experience. And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? I'm bored. It's quarantine. There's nothing to do. And it was so much fun. My cake did not look anything like the picture it was supposed to, but it was the most fun I have had in months. And I was like, this should be a thing. And so then I talked with my supervisor, Britta, and now it is a thing. So I'm really happy that people are interested in it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Okay. I think, yep, it is 6 o'clock. So I'm going to go ahead and start. So hi, everybody. I'm Rachel Kurasz. I'm with the Adult Services Library, where I work on programming for both like adults and families. So this program, you definitely need at least one adult because it is baking. But you can compete as a family, as a household. If you are like you have a bunch of roommates, you all can compete as one team, etc. But we'll go into it. But this is set to be just a really fun kind of program it is mostly asynchronous, which means that it's mostly going to be done not at the same time like here, but it will be posted on the For You pages at the library. But here, I'll get into that a little bit later. So here, let me first introduce this. Okay, so this is the Great DeKalbian Nailed It Bake Off. I combined the Great British Bake Off with Nailed It because I love those two shows very much. They're very uplifting and funny and really nice to watch. And I thought we could do that as a community. It'd be fun. So again, what is it? It is a continuous multi-week baking challenge with prizes, much like Great British Bake Off, but with a few decorating challenges here and there, like Nailed It. And as we are located in DeKalb instead of Great Britain, we are DeKalbians. So you put it all together and you get a fun baking competition for the local community. It takes place virtually from, I might change August 10th just because, fun fact about me, I'm waiting for my COVID virus test to get back, so I'm kind of stuck in my house. So I might have to push back everything a week. Thus, that gives you guys a couple more time to like see if you want friends to play to join into stuff like that. But yes, I don't feel sick right now, so I'm crossing my fingers. But you know, I'm stuck at my house, keeping everybody safe. Okay, so. And the level of participation is up to you. You don't have to compete in all the challenges. You can compete in one or all or ones that you choose to do. But at the end, whoever does have the most points overall does win the grand prize. So, but you don't have to do every single challenge, but you can if you want to. So it's kind of, yeah. So here is how it goes. Okay, there we go. Okay, so starting, and I'm going to push this back a week. So it's going to actually be not 8/10, which is in a couple days from now, but it's going to start. Let me pull up my calendar on my phone. Then the 17th is when we're going to go have the first challenge. So starting on the 17th, registered bakers will receive a video every other week from me, issuing a challenge and a tutorial video where I kind of attempt the challenge myself. I have made a couple of these. I'm not a professional baker or decorator, so I've already had some very hilarious results. Yes. So here is our info session. Yep. From the issue being challenge bakers have 14 days to complete the challenge. I thought that was a good thing because even though some of these recipes are like 1 to 2 hours, most of us have families or jobs or it's just stuff going on. So I thought a 14-day buffer just to give everybody time to do the challenge is good. So then you as bakers will have to, you'll get the recipe and a tutorial video that I try to do it. And then you will have to try to recreate and do the recipe yourselves. And then you will have a either yourself or a friend to film you doing it. I have realized that you can film yourself. I have done it with my phone. And then after the baked good is made, then you can record whoever you want. If they are a member of your team, they just have to say, we're being honest. Again, this is very low key, family oriented. So you could have a designated taster. I know for me, my taster is my husband and my toddler. So that was fun. But they just kind of say if it's yummy or it's not, or they can go into detail. It's really up to you. On your like, you want to be a funny video or if you want to be, it's all up to you. So then you have somebody taste your baked good, and then you kind of assemble this baked good and this video of yourself making it and people eating it. Then you upload it to your personal YouTube account, and then you email that YouTube video to me, and then I post all the videos sort of in this quasi episode order. So think of it, it's like if you're on a YouTube channel and you see the different broken up videos, but I'm trying to make it so that it's all together as one episode, where the first video in the For You pages, which this is where this is going to be the library. The first video will be my host video and the challenge video, and then I post every competitor's video so everybody can kind of watch each other's and stuff like that. And then after all of the videos are uploaded, then I do, and I think I'm going to try to get 2 other judges to kind of give points and stuff. And then by the end of that challenge, then there will be a judging video where then I announce who won what category and who won the most points. And then it will go then the next challenge, and the points kind of just keep adding up throughout the whole thing. But again, participation is as much or as little as you want. You can do 1 challenge or multiple. It's just really for the fun of it. Now, you don't have to be by yourself. You can bake as a team. Basically, anybody who is in your like safe quarantine COVID bubble can be in your team. So your family can be in your team, your siblings, your roommates, whatever it is that they can be. You can be a whole team. The only rule about that is there has to be at least 1 person who's 18 or older. Like we can't have a group of like 10-year-olds operating an oven and stuff. That would just be chaos. So there at least has to be 1 presiding adult over the team. That's kind of it. And then again, we're going to keep in mind all the social distance COVID-19 safety protocols. So really make sure they're friends that are
For the people on here are little kids.
family, your people who have been in the same residence as you. Okay, so that is kind of how that goes. So here's the calendar. Again, I'm gonna have to edit it because again, I woke up on I think it was Wednesday and I had a huge fever and I'm like, okay, gotta go get COVID tested. So now I can't finish some of my videos that I was going to do. So I'm gonna push all these days back about a week. Can I claim I'm over 18? Sorry, I saw that in the chat. I would really prefer uh, that there's an adult, like a parent, who can do the thing. But we'll talk about that and other rules in a little bit. But I see your chat. But I do hope everybody has at least a presiding adult who can supervise things just for safety reasons. Okay, so from here until the 17th, I'm going to be making a kind of a Google form for people to register. If at the end of this, if you want to still be in it, just shoot me an email that you want the Google form and I will hand it to you so that you can fill it out, just so I can know who to send all the challenge videos to for you to watch it. So the Baker registration is going to go until the 17th. Also, if you have any friends or family you think that they want to join in, they can. They don't have to be a resident of DeKalb, though DeKalb residents do get some extra points because it is run by the DeKalb Library. So there's that. So the first issue that's going to be, or the first challenge that's issued is called breakfast baking. Then you have 14 days to complete your baking video. And then again, I'm going to change all these dates a little bit, but I will send that calendar to everybody who is interested. Then we're going to have the second challenge, which is literary cookies. Then a couple days after that video is posted, then the results from challenge 1 and the weekly prizes will be awarded, which you can pick up all the prizes if you win from the library, or you can arrange it through the curbside pickup, whatever I'll say what the weekly prizes are in a little bit. Then after literary cookies, we have a smash cake, and then it just kind of goes on in kind of 2-week increments. I have more details on the challenges coming up. So I will fix the calendar, and anybody who is still interested, please email me and reach out and I can email all the details and the forms and all the stuff. Okay. So the prizes are, again, they're going to be ready for pickup, curbside pickup. We are open right now, but again, with COVID and everything kind of being as we go, it will definitely be available for curbside pickup. In-person pickup, I have no idea how it could work. It could work right now, but I don't know. Everything's kind of up in the air right now. But it will be there. And if you do win, it would be awesome for our social media for winners to take a picture with your weekly prize if you win, and to us to keep it up on the social media page. That'd be cool. Okay. So the rules are, again, bakers must be 18 or at least an adult supervisor. Just because some of the baking, you're using an oven, you might be using knives, stuff like that. I guess I could see maybe a 17-year-old older sister, but it would be nice to have the adults kind of, at least somebody supervising. Like you can be in high school or junior high and baking, but please have your parent with you, just because, safety. The videos must be uploaded to the baker's personal YouTube account. I find that the easiest way, and also YouTube is free to make accounts, and you can make your videos where they're private and we only see them via the link. So there's that. Videos should be at most PG-13 in nature. It's mostly because it is a family program. It's going to be on the Adult For You pages, but it's family. But you know, if you swear every, because you know when you're baking and you have a nailed it moment, sometimes you're like rubbins. I didn't want to swear on things. I said rubbins, right? But you know, you have those mistakes and you say the word. That's okay. But we do want to try to keep it PG-13, just because family program. The video must include a minimum of the baker making the baked good. Oh, I got another chat. Is there a time requirement? Nope, there is no time requirement or limit on the video. As long as it can be uploaded to YouTube, you're fine. It can be shorter, it can be longer, it can be funny. All range of editing abilities are here. So that the video it won't matter really. The quality of video won't earn you points. It's more how the baked good looks and how your tasters evaluate the taste. Yes. So, bakers are encouraged. You can be creative and add fun bits like reacting to the challenge, making mistakes, having fun with the challenge. Basically, if you were watching like British Bake Off and you see when they cut to the contestant and they're making the thing and talking about it, you could do something like that. Or in Nailed It, where they cut to the person having a struggle moment, you could also do that. Again, this is going to basically work like an online show, but in separate videos, just because we don't have a super fancy tent this year. Who knows? If this is super successful and we do it next year, who knows? We might get a tent. I don't know. Probably not, but it'd be fun. Okay, and I'm going to get hopefully 2 more judges to help me and be objective in scoring, giving points. The point system is, I'm finalizing it right now, but it's mostly going to be like, we're going to have each category be about 5 points, and you get the most for being the best in that category. So like proximity to picture or recipe. If it looks identical to the picture, then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then how good your taster said it tasted. If it's good, 5. Then also, if you choose to be creative with it, what creativity things did you do? Then the amount of effort. If it looked like a lot of effort, then pull 5 points. And then we're also going to have a category called the Nailed It category, where if yours was had a lot of effort but just didn't, it nailed it, which I'm going to share my pictures, which are not pretty, of the things I've done already. They're very nailed it in quality. So yeah, there will be a category for the Nailed It winner. And because sometimes, you know, you have the best of intentions and you're like, yes, and then something goes wrong, which I'll share mine. Oh boy, they're fun. Yes, so those are kind of all the rules though. Okay, wait, no, there's more. Sorry. The baker you don't have to follow the exact recipe. You can change it to however, like food allergies, preferences. If your household is gluten-free, do substitute the flour products for your needs. If nobody in your house, like let's say it's like a pumpkin flavor or pumpkin looking challenge, you don't have to use pumpkin. So you can substitute out ingredients as you want for your family's preferences. And it's okay if the final product looks different from the model picture given. We're going to, mine definitely will look different. While there is judging category of accuracy, there are also ones for creativity and effort. Late videos will not be accepted or judged for points. That's just basically make sure you have the link sent to me by midnight of the due date, which I will send out a corrected calendar to all people who register as contestants, which it is free to register to be a contestant. And it is a totally free program. Yeah. And you may use a friend, family member as a baking assistant or sign up as a team, the more the merrier. And it's really, this is a program just to have fun. If you like baking and making things and just want to have fun with your community, this is a good program. I know I did it with my colleagues at NIU in the English department, which kind of sparked this. It was the most fun I have had this entire COVID season. My friend Jen Justice, she posted, like, let's all try to recreate this really good looking professional cake. And mine fell apart many times, but it was so fun just to make something and then laugh with your friends at your like triumphs and then your not so triumphs. So it was fun. I was like, this should be fun. Okay, now I go forward. Okay, so these are the weekly challenges. I like Kermit. I thought this was funny. So the weekly challenges, just to get like an overview. The first is breakfast baking, which each category has different recipes for you to choose from. My tutorial video will generally be for the one that is considered the hardest one. Yes, so for breakfast baking, and you don't have to write all this down because I'm going to be sending out a detailed packet to anybody who registers as a baking contestant. So the first challenge, we have a couple different breakfast baked goods. I actually made the Japanese pancakes, but so for the breakfast baking category, we have overnight baked French toast, which I also made. It was really good. The French beignets. I made the Japanese fluffy pancakes, which let me share my video, my finished product, because I was so proud of myself. Let's see if I can share it. Yes, I can. This was my giant fluffy pancake I ended up with. It was 2 inches tall. My issue though was I accidentally, it calls for mayonnaise in the recipe, and I put a half a cup instead of it was supposed to be a half a tablespoon. And so it did not taste very good, but I caught my mistake. But yes, the tasting video, it was not good, you guys. Ugh. But it did turn out big and giant and fluffy, so it was fun. Yes. Okay, now I gotta share my screen again. Here we go. There we go. Okay, and then there's also monkey bread, which is also really good. But yes, I did the Japanese fluffy pancake because it is, out of all these, it is the hardest one. I would say probably beignets are the second hardest, but it is doable. And I imagine I'm gonna try it again, doing the actual mayonnaise amount and see if it is delicious, because it was very jiggly and it was fluffy, and I was like, this looks great. Does not taste great. Okay. So that is the breakfast category. Then after the breakfast baking, we have literary cookies, which for this one, it's more of a kind of a decorating challenge. Everybody's going to get kind of the same recipe for sugar cookies, and then your goal is to decorate, which you can either make your own kind of decorating royal icing, or you can buy it. I did both because my royal icing did not turn out the greatest, so I bought some too. And this one you get to choose your design. I did the bookworm cookies, and I'll show you what mine look like in a minute. You can do the books. Then there is Alice in Wonderland, Harry Potter, Goodnight Moon, and I will show mine right now. So they were supposed to look like that. Oops. They were supposed to look like that, and they ended up looking, let's see if I can get it up. One moment. Some computer issues. Okay, one moment. Don't you just love technology? I don't. Okay, I think it was this one. Nope, it's my cupcakes. Okay, so now I'm going to share what my worms, so you all see kind of what it's supposed to look like there. And then mine. Get it, come on, cloud. There we go, new share. Where is it? Okay, I'm gonna refind it. Okay, on my Google Photos. You know what? All my pictures. Ah, yes, here. Okay. Yeah, there we go. So that's how my lovely worms turned out. They seem to be wanting to scream probably and say, kill me. But yes, which my mistake there was that I didn't realize that with royal icing you have to wait. You have to wait for different layers. So for this challenge, I'll give you one little heads up. Wait for each layer to fully dry before you put on the other layers, or else it all melts together. Also, make sure your cookies are cold, like room temp, before you do this, because that's also why they just kind of melted together. But that was a really fun one. The cookies tasted delicious though, so that was wonderful. The recipe is a very good one, and the fun part about this recipe is that it's open so that you can add in what flavors you want. So I made mine like vanilla and maple, and it was very yummy. So, but then after that challenge, we have this challenge called Fall Cupcakes, Cake Pops, and Candy, where you can choose to do all 3 parts, 1 or 2 of the challenges. They're 3 challenges in one because they're kind of smaller. So this one you're attempting to make fall themed cupcakes, cake pops, or candy, or you can do them all if you have time. I made the pumpkin cupcakes already, which they turned out like, let's see if I can get it out. If I can find it. Find it. Yes, so they turned out like that. They were not perfect, but they were delicious. They were so good because they were, whoops, nope, that's my homework, everybody. I'm still figuring out Zoom. There we go. Okay. There we go. So yeah, it did not look quite like the professional picture, but it was delicious because it was made with pumpkin spice cupcake. So it tasted a lot like if you get the pumpkin loaf from Starbucks, it tasted exactly like that. So it was delicious. The other cupcakes to choose from for designs are the Harvest Swirl, or this cute owl cupcake. Adorable. Then that same week, the other part of the challenge is cake pops, that you could choose a cake pop. This week, I'm going to be attempting the pumpkin spice latte cake pop because it is the hardest one. Because, well, actually the apple one might be pretty hard too, but I'm going to try the pumpkin spice latte one because I have leftover pumpkin. And so you can choose to recreate the apple, the pumpkin, or the pumpkin spice latte. And then there is candy, where I'm going to be making the caramel apple fudge. But there's also peanut butter and caramel apples. So you can choose one of these challenges or all of them, depending on your time and kind of what you want to do. So that's fun. So that's kind of a 3-in-1 challenge. Then after that week, we have spooky, or that 2-week period, we have spooky smash cakes, which if you're unfamiliar, smash cakes kind of like a small-ish cake that typically is used on a 1-year-old, 2-year-old birthday because they just kind of smash into it. So these are little smaller cakes that have some detail to them. For this one, the options are to make this cute little pumpkin guy. But then there's this poison apple cake, which looks kind of cool. This monster cake with cake pop eyeballs. The spooky eyeball cake. And then I'm going to try to do, for my host tutorial video, the haunted house cake. Because it is very elaborate. And it's probably going to look really funny when I make it. So that's that. And then for the final challenge of this whole bake-off, it is the multi-tiered cake madness, because they are 3 multi-tiered big cakes. So there's different ones that you can do. There's the woodland creature, the Galaxy Geode, which all of these also will have their own professional tutorials that you will get access to. My tutorials mostly just for fun and for people watching at home. There's also the honeycomb bee, sprinkle cake, and I'm going to be doing my own take on the topsy-turvy cake. Not quite that design, but that topsy-turvy kind of look to it. Yes. Now, in terms of prizes, there are prizes. So we still haven't figured out what ribbons we're going to do. I'm hoping that we're gonna do some pretty cool prizes, but there's always going to be ribbons for the first, second, third, and the nailed it mention. Get ribbons each challenge. I'm also hoping to possibly maybe do like mini spatulas too. Now the grand prize is going to be a golden baker's hat, like they do at Nailed It, the golden baker's hat, but then also a stand mixer. We haven't quite decided yet what our budget allows, if we can get the KitchenAid one or a one that's similar. I'm hoping we can get the KitchenAid one because that one's pretty nice. We have not 100% decided on everything yet. There also will be decorated rolling pins for second and third place. And I am thinking also of doing like the nailed it overall, the person who had the most effort, but also the nailed it quality. Which is more like a loving, not like a that way, but like honestly, I nailed it a lot for a lot of my stuff. So yes. And then if this is successful and has a lot of people doing it, I did get kind of greenlit to do the holiday edition, which then would be over winter break and for all the nice fun winter things going on. It'll be a little bit smaller in scale, but it'll be for holidays. So like Christmas and Thanksgiving, Christmas, stuff like that. Oops. Okay, so now I'll stop sharing my screen if I can figure that out, and then I'll take questions. Whew, so hard talking this much. Okay, I want to stop share. There we go. Okay, cool. Hi. Oh, I can see people. Yay. Before I couldn't. So, anybody have any questions? I'm not sure if there's like a hand raising thing, but you can either put them in the chat and I can address them as the chat, or you can turn on your audio and I will answer it that way. I'll try to moderate so everyone has like one at a time. Anybody have a question? Yes? I think Gardner.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, go ahead. I thought I unmuted myself and then I thought I muted myself again. It's okay then, you were saying, as long as a parent's helping, like if my daughter does it with me, okay.
Yes. I actually think that would be more fun too, to have your family do it. More people, more fun. But as long as there is at least one adult, because we don't want like a bunch of, again, 5-year-old, 10-year-olds loose in the kitchen.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Yes. Any other questions?
Just to clarify, do you need us to send another email that we want to participate?
Yes. I'm going to post this on the website with a note that if you're interested in registering as a baker, to email me, because then I will send all the packets of like like the rules and how judging works and stuff like that, along with, then I can know where to send the video.
Okay.
The challenge and the recipes. So after this info session, reach out to me and then I will get that stuff to you. I am a little under the weather, so it'll probably be within the next couple of days that I'll get through everything. But yeah. And then also, if you have any friends or anybody you think that this would be fun, feel free to invite them to reach out to me to be added to the list too. There's no actual requirement that you have to live in DeKalb, but if you do actually live in DeKalb, you will get bonus points just because we're the DeKalb library. But yeah.
Okay, thank you.
do we reach out to you from the email that was sent to us with like the Zoom link?
No, you're gonna want, here, let me put it in the chat, put my email. So that is the email. Oh wait, it only sent to Heidi. Sorry, hold on 1 minute. I meant to say everyone. So that is my official email with the library. And yes, if you are already signed up, you do that. The signing up was just for this info session. So now I have a Google form and stuff I have to do and send you to be actual bakers. Yes. Any other questions or?
We had a question. If we don't like the recipes that are provided, but we still follow the category, is that okay?
Yeah, totally. You can do a different thing. Again, if like your family has allergies, please keep those in mind. Don't make something with gluten if you have somebody with a gluten intolerance. Like, no, don't do that. Change the recipe as needed. I'm just providing a recipe so then you have some guidance, but you can change it as much as you need to. And you can also choose different, like you can go outside the box for the designs too. Yeah. Any other questions? Okay. Well, I hope everybody had a good time. I hope I explained everything well. This is my first kind of program where I'm like instructing. So I'm like, okay, so I'm learning this. So I hope everybody had time, and I hope you all sign up and have some friends and family who want to sign up too. So have fun. Okay, so everybody have a good night. Bye. Oh, thank you, Heidi. And